Hi, this is Cecilia from Tarot by Cecilia, and this is your weekly tarot guidance for the week of December 18th through the 24th of 2017. First, let me start with the holidays, not just this week, but everything that's going on this month. And, we have so many, all right, for the month of December. So I just want to give everyone a quick shout out here. We have St. Nicholas Day, the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, St. Lucia Day, Hanukkah, Christmas, Three Kings Day, Boxing Day, Kwanzaa, Amisoka, Yule, and Saturnalia. So if you celebrate any of these, enjoy, and let's talk about this week. Okay, here we are. I mean, there's only 1 week left after this to finish out this year, people. And believe it or not, this is the biggest week of the year. Why is that, you ask? Okay, first off, the week kicks off on the 18th with a new moon in Sagittarius. Okay, fun. When I think of Sagittarius, I always think fun. It's so not serious to me. Okay, on the 19th, Saturn leaves Sagittarius and goes into Capricorn until March of 2020. Oh boy, oh boy. Now, as far as all these things go, as you're all aware, I do, for the really big things, special guidance available on Patreon. And this is definitely one of them. And if you are not a part of Patreon, as this is being recorded, I am trying to work out a way that you can get like a combined, if you want to purchase just Saturn or just the 2018 overview, or both, that you can get them for one low price, whether you're on Patreon or not, so that you don't have to upgrade to another level or anything. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That information will be available by the time this comes out, for this week. And also on the 21st, we will have, and this is my favorite day of the year. Any of you who've been listening to me for a while know this, because this is the day that we have the least light. We have the winter-summer solstice. So where I'm from, it's like the shortest day of the year, which means from this point forward, the light continues to grow. And I feel that, which is why I'm always so happy when we get to this point. So at the time of the solstice, the sun will also enter Capricorn. And then on the following day, on the 22nd, just in time to not totally mess up your holidays, hopefully, Mercury will go direct. But that doesn't mean everything's in the all clear. Hopefully you did all of the tech shopping back before Mercury went retrograde, because according to all of the news outlets, that's actually the time when the best deals were available. So, it's down to the procrastinators now getting in those last couple of days. And like I said, this is the biggest week of the year. Saturn changing signs is a very big deal. And, when I look at these cards, I see so much that reminds me of holiday season. And it's probably going to be a little bit confusing for many of us, because we've had so many energy shifts taking place this month. It's just been kind of nonstop since the month began. And, here we are. There's a lot of work for many of you going on around the home. That last minute fixing everything up, the extra cleaning, whatever it is you need to do, to get ready, all the, scrubbing things to get ready for the holiday, and just have everything shiny and nice, decorated for whichever holiday you're doing. Okay. And, there's also that, this is an important time. All right. We've talked about how so many were working on finding that new identity. You're starting to get into that, like settle into it. Some of you have already done things that have put you in that position. Others are like getting there this week, so it is a big deal. This is a week of kind of feeling reborn, and it's like, here I am, this is who I am, and whew, no more struggles. It's like you've reversed everything, you know, like flipped your life upside down type of thing. There is a huge reminder here to, I don't want to say not to overindulge, because, you know, when I look at this, it's like the temptation is everywhere, like everywhere you look. So, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, you have to look at it this way. Like sometimes when it's the holidays, you know, you may sacrifice something good over here in order to have something good over there. But ultimately, wow, you know, it's not easy. Okay, it is a struggle for many. You know, but there's here's the thing. When I look, there's so much food around. Okay, but how can you not enjoy yourself this week? The blessings of the universe are evident. I mean, they are evident. They have come through patience. They have come through separating yourself from the things that were difficult. This is just wow to me, okay? Now, given the fact that we do still have Mercury retrograde in full swing here, you know, there is that relax when you can thing going on. One of the major things that I have learned over the course of my life where I was aware of Mercury retrograde is that it is best to just lighten your schedule. You know, don't frustrate yourself. Just lighten your schedule, relax, you know, go put on that, you know, face mask and make yourself feel good again. There's just so much change that's in the air. It's with this time frame, with this holiday season, that everything is turning. And so much of it has to do with Saturn. Saturn, the solstice, it's all here. I am like, wow. Okay, you know, reminders not to run with scissors. Okay, in other words, don't do anything crazy, like too spur of the moment. I think that can come back and just, you know, cause problems along the way. It's not, this isn't a time to be impulsive. There's too much energy that's got you in a little bit of a fog, maybe. Focus on making new memories. Okay, one of the things that's here, and I'll tell you what, I don't see it as bad, but it happens. I almost see it as gossip. You know, like that watch what goes on behind your back kind of thing. That's kind of hard to do, all right? But I always say, if you see someone, you know, in front of you who's talking bad to you about someone else, and I know people who are not here, thank goodness, like, when they gossip like that, trust me, when you leave the room, they're gossiping about you too. All right, so just remember that. Don't engage in that. Just kind of like take yourself in the other direction, because it's just wrong. It really truly is. But there's just this is an incredible time. Like, where are we at here? The solstice is on the 21st, okay? You're going to know. Like, that new cycle opens up with Saturn. And then, you know, you're just like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for life. Imagine that. I am ready for life. And this is, I've said this before in a couple of the guidances, but this is a much better holiday than you've had in years. Is it the one that totally fulfills all of your hopes and dreams? No, maybe a few. Because I think whatever you've accomplished in the last 2 months is putting you on target to make the rest of it happen. This is an amazing time. And those out there who journal everything that goes on in their lives, I hope you're writing books, okay? Because this really has been amazing. Now, also, you know, I want to say there's a need, but it's more like that. Take a few minutes out for yourself, you know, whether you sit down and you have a glass of wine and put your feet up, or, you know, go just soak in the tub with that glass of wine. Put on some nice music and light some candles. Doesn't have to be anybody around. Sometimes that's the best thing. Just relax. Just have that alone time to, you know, get you going again. Because, you know, a lot of times you can come off looking like the champ to everyone. You know, like, wow, how did she do that? How do you do that? They pulled all this off and made it look effortless. Yeah, right. Okay, and in the meantime, you're weary and tired and saying, oh boy, When is it going to be over? And that's not how you enjoy yourself. So just make sure that you're not overdoing things to the extent that you forget about you. Okay? Like I said, Mercury's retrograde. Take things easy. There are still a few elements of life that, whether they're foggy or whatever word you want to use, that you're kind of unsure. Do I really want that? Because, you're at that pondering. Okay. All right, Cecilia, what comes next? What am I going to do? All right. Focus on your security. Remain grounded. Just do the things that are necessary to keep life in order. There's a very much a thing here, like no matter how hectic this week is for you, it's that relax. Enjoy the holidays. Take time out. Okay? In other words, keep balance in your life. Keep balance, keep moderation. Don't do anything too crazy when it comes to food and drink if you know you're going to really regret it later. That's not, not worth your time to do that, because it may not be, that January 1st thing to me has always been silly. There are many special commitments around right now. Part of the word, I think what I want to use the word reconnect. That, use this Mercury retrograde as a time, with the holiday time, to reconnect with people. Or, people from your past, things of that nature. Okay? Don't expect anything of it. Just do it. Just enjoy it. Just, be the one to put out that olive branch or whatever it is. If you need to call a truce, something. But there's definitely something going on there. And I think it's a good thing. Just remember that when it comes to relationships, so many people do this where they're like, oh, I've got to be with somebody because it's the holidays. No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't do that to yourself, because then you'll forever have that screwed up holiday as a memory. Nah, just enjoy this one, because from here on out, they get better. This one's better than they've been. And then imagine where you'll be next year and how things are. So there definitely is change that's coming. Now, as far as, wow, so many of you are working on, I want to say, like the financial structure of your life and how you're going to handle it, how you're going to manifest it. Boy, this is like, that trimming. I don't know. I almost was going to say cutting corners, but no, it's the exact opposite. It's like that trimming away life where you're so organized with it that you're just able to make everything grow. It's not just about wealth, like how much you have in the bank, but you've reached that point now where you wanted to know what comes next. That's what comes next. That's what you're doing. You're making decisions for your future and which direction you're going to go. It's not really quite the time yet to move forward with it all. A month from now, yes, we will be talking about this big time. What are you going to do in 2018? But today, this week, no. Enjoy yourself, relax, allow yourself to be the king or queen of your castle. Don't let anybody burst your bubble, okay? Whatever it is that you want, it's your hopes and dreams. It's what you want to manifest. So don't let anybody poke holes in those dreams, okay? You keep doing them. See, to other people, perhaps they're not realistic. Perhaps they don't approve. It's none of their business, all right? You do you. You be the king or queen of your castle and just enjoy your life. Like this week, there seems to be here an appreciation for what you do have, for what you have accomplished, because it's like that, I almost want to say like my cup runneth over type of thing, but that's not quite the right words, okay? But there's definitely a thankfulness that's here, okay? Thankful for the change and thankful for everything that you've learned, even in a sense, because I think in recent years you've learned a lot about yourself and what you're capable of. Things that you never thought you would do, you have done. So these are times of celebration and moving to easier times. Like I said, there's a great deal about organizing life here. But it doesn't all have to be done this week. But the difference is that you feel as though you have the power to do it now. The timing is not right this week, but it will be come next month. So keep that in mind, okay? I think there's more here that wants to say, just be mindful of how you're treating yourself, in all honesty, because you've reached this point, and I think it's important to just give yourself a pat on the back and relax. There's new adventures coming your way. Next week we're going to be talking about the year ending, and then the following week will be the new one that's beginning. So, it's amazing to me. Giving birth to a whole new life. It's just going to start, I think really almost from this week, but you might not notice it, and the pace is going to keep picking up. Because I think while Mercury's still retrograde and in shadow through January 10th, it's going to take time for that to build. But, the adventure begins. And I think that has a great deal to do with Saturn moving on into Capricorn. So that will all be discussed, what it means for the different signs and what is going on. So, allow yourself to feel inspired. Not worried, but inspired. That's important. There's an important change here. And I don't want to go out on a limb and say it's this week, because I almost feel like it's coming. It's a possibility. And it has to do with commitments, all right? It has to do with, compatibility with others. There's this big, I knew it all along here, all right? I knew this was going to happen. Only you know what that is. But it's a big deal, okay? It really is a big deal. Now, patience and your ability here again. The universe wants you to be very mindful right now of how you treat yourself. Can't emphasize that enough. All right. The things that you do, and, you don't want to wear yourself out. You need to save your energy for later. Rome wasn't built in a day. You don't need to win anything now. Just focus on what it takes to create the security, in your life. Because it's all coming. It's all coming. Wow. See, there's changes. And I want to say in 2018. All right. Right around either the end of this week, the beginning of next week. You hear me tapping? I'm like, goodness. So many of you are going to have something to say. Your wishes regarding relationships are coming true. I still feel that the timing is wrong, however. Okay, keep that in mind. But, oh my word. I'm going to get emotional here because there's definitely a change. There's definitely something happening. I just don't think that it's time yet for it to play out. And I can't put that into words for you, okay? You're just going to have to trust me, because there's disappointment also attached to it at some point. And I think that it really needs to get to March, April before you're not disappointed and you see that things are on track the way that you want them to be. Have patience. Bear with me, my friends. It's all coming. But I think what has happened here, wow, yeah, it's like, I'm like that where it gets in my throat, and I just feel overwhelmed with emotion. You're going to see so much taking place right now that it's going to boggle your mind. But just know that if it doesn't work out right now, and don't expect it to work out right now, or you will be disappointed. The hard times, they're done. Are there people out there having hard times? Yes, probably. So this is going to become a mixed bag for all of us here, I feel, because, it's like, as your life, and you've been with me for quite some time, you've watched it elevate, you've followed the guidance, and you've watched things change in your life, and you realize they don't change overnight. But there are other people who are on their way down. They've been on their way down. But you're at the point where you're back in control. And that's how you're ending 2017. With your feet up, with your glass of wine, or whatever it is that you enjoy, maybe a bag of popcorn. And you're saying, look what I have done. Okay? Amazing, amazing year. Didn't seem like it was going to happen, but it did. So I want to thank you all very much for listening, and I'll see you here again soon. Take care.